So, as I'm getting back into the world of just doing projects, I recently brought out my Commodore 64 collection to sift through and began curating. And while I was testing the machines and software, I learned that my paddle controllers were incredibly jittery. Of course, this is a bit of a deal breaker because one of my favorite games on the system is Seawolf. So I need a reliable set of paddles. Now, typically, this jitteriness is caused by one of two problems, either a dirty potentiometer or a malfunctioning SID chip. For simplicity, I opted to try cleaning the potentiometer first, since it would show results faster than ordering a part on eBay and waiting for shipping. Disassembling the paddle controller is simple enough, just a couple of screws and a retaining nut holding everything together. But the pot itself is going to need some work. So I used a sharp flathead screwdriver to pry the retaining pins open so everything just slides off the knob. A liberal application of contact cleaner and a light touch with a cotton swab took care of the 40-ish years of gunk built up on the internals. Once dry, I just reassembled it all in reverse order and fired up the bread bin for test. To my surprise, the paddles were still jittery even after a thorough cleaning, so I tested them with the Atari 2600. Warlords and Video Olympics worked just fine, so that told me that the problem was likely the SID. To make sure, I did a swap with a known working chip from another bread bin, and of course, it worked. Now, original parts for the C64 are getting harder to find and more expensive. And since I'm not a purist, I opted for the RP2040 based SIDKick module. A little isopropyl alcohol to clean off the flux, drop the firmware on the RP2040 via USB, and pop it in the socket for buttery smooth analog action. Granted, there's still a little bit of jitter in the controller, but there's options to tweak the smoothing and firmware depending on what it's needed for a particular title, so for me, the occasional fraction of a second twitch on the screen is perfectly fine on this vintage system. If I want pixel perfect, it is easy enough to fire up Vice and go to town. Now, one issue that I did run into was the Music Composer cartridge not being able to output sound. It's probably an address conflict between the cartridge and the SIDKick, but that is a diagnostic project for another day.